Hello everyone, this is Cresso and this is part 86 of the Human Journal, Life is Energy. Recently I had a deep level meditation of the afterlife experience, and it was really, wow, it's just another perspective, and I really enjoyed the visuals that I got from this meditation about the life after life experience. And I put what I saw visually, I'm going to put in my description below. I text my friend of mine about this. So yeah, I text her what I'm going to share in my on my comments below is a copy of what I sent to her. So we were just talking about the life after life experience and all that, and one thing led after another, and I was just talking about life is energy, and it just inspired me to do this part on this topic. So let me just get right to it about energy. Life is energy. I'm gonna do my best to break it down, just my take on it, and how what life is, what consciousness, what God is, and it's going to definitely make it simple as possible. And all I ask everybody, like in all my clips that I've done, is I ask everybody to be open and put your ego aside and kick back and relax, enjoy, and imagine with me, and life is truly a journey. It really is. So the other day I was talking to my friend of mine about I was just telling her about the EKG machine in the hospital. And when somebody leaves their body, the EKG, you start to see a flat line. And it's amazing what life is. It truly is. The spirit, our spirit is definitely, I could just describe it in many ways, but the spirit is energy. Simple as that. Or I could just say it's a frequency, which is energy. Just because the individual left the body doesn't mean the person is dead. Nobody dies. So talked about that many times in my clips recently. So it's like, I look at it as like, it's like, man, it's so much like a radio frequency. It just travels. That's what a frequency does. It just travels freely. Just travel freely. That's what it is. And so yeah, and also, let me just also, I'm going to mention this is a big part of this clip. Consciousness, or God, or infinite. What is consciousness made out of? Consciousness, I mentioned this before, I'll say it again. Consciousness is made up of pure raw energy. Okay? That's what consciousness is. Pure raw energy. And energy runs in so many different levels of life. It is the construct, it's the, how I could put it, it's the blueprint of what life is. Consciousness. But I'm going to go, deeper in details and stuff like that, just for everybody to go with, just to follow along and understand where I'm going. So, everything what we do is energy based. Everything. The thoughts in your head, okay? The thoughts in your mind, whatever goes through, the feelings, whatever you're holding up, or whatever you're harvesting, some feelings, and it could be something bad, something good. It's energy. You release the energy, because that's what your spirit is, energy. You are consciousness. You release that. And it does impact. You know, we definitely impact us, our lives. You know, we talk about people or our personal lives, whatever we do. Everything is energy based. I mean, the thoughts alone is energy, okay? And it's like we impact people also, and it's like a domino effect, okay? It really is. You know, the other day, maybe a year ago, I was looking at some clips. There was a study about the particles of the water changes all due to sound waves, or let's say a different type of music. Okay, and I'm like, so there was a study, and they got the microscope lens on the water, and the particles in the water is like, it's like geometric shapes. It's kind of like, well, to me, it's kind of like looking at a snowflake. You know, snowflakes, you all know this. It's like geometric shapes and all that. It's really cool how life is. And so anyway, so the water particles, I mean, snow is, it's just melts as water, but let me just, I don't want to go too heady. I just want to make it nice and simple with these examples I want to come up with. The water particles, you know, they're geometric shapes. So the study was, they play some music, a calm music, right? Enough time that the particles of the water change. The shapes are more precise. They're more, you know, they seem more clear. You know, it's the best way I could describe it at this moment. And then it play other music that's more, I don't know, let's just say heavy metal music, for example. And the geometric shapes of the particles of the water just change. It just doesn't look all put together. It looks like it's been broken up. The geometric shapes look all broken. While versus the music that's playing, the calm music, the geometric shape is shaped perfectly. It's just complete 180 degrees. Now the study, you know, it also talks about, let's say, they talk about when people, they got like they was running the same studies, but now they have people in the room talking. Let's say two people talking, complimenting each other, okay? And people keep complimenting each other. So, you know, it's just an example. And the particles of water was the same thing, like the same as when you play the music that's more calm and all that. The geometric shape is more steadily and much more put together very well. It's a lot more pronounced, okay? And then they was doing another study of people arguing, screaming at each other, and it was the exact same thing versus the music playing, let's say, heavy metal, loud heavy metal. Sorry if anybody loves heavy metal music, I'm not picking on you. I'm just giving out the vibe, the sound waves, the level of sound waves that's being implemented. The sound waves, the voice, the things that we say out of our mouth, it does affect us. You understand? So they did a study of people get angry. When people get angry at each other, and then the particles of the water is affected. So, you know, I'm like, so I put that together personally over a year ago. I'm like, it's interesting because, see, 75%, the human body is made up of water, 75% of water, excuse me. And I kept going further. And I talked about something like this in my Mind, Body, and Spirit clip 2 years ago. But, you know, when people get stressed out, okay, all that energy that you're holding up inside of you, okay, whether if you, let's just say you keep things inside, you're containing this energy, and people get stressed, regardless of what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just that you're stressed, you're holding things inside, for example, and then what it is, the particles in your fluid, in your body, it's definitely, it's effective. And that's how people get disease. I remember a friend of mine was telling me about dis-ease. She broke it up to me that way. I said to her, I was like, wow, I never knew that. I never really look at it like when you break it up like that. Dis-ease. It's like, wow, ease, dis-ease. So when you're not feeling ease, you know, what happened? It's the opposite. So people get sick. So what happened is, so just to go a little deep with this, you see, scientifically, medically, people get sick because of stress, high blood pressure, all that stuff, right? We could go with that, but let's just go like this. You see, all of these things is energy. We naturally don't say the word energy. We just go by, oh, well, you increase your high blood pressure because you're aggravated and stuff like that, right? We'll just use those terms, but behind of all of that is the energy that you're containing. That is the amount of frequency, the amount of stress that you're holding up. You're affecting yourself. Okay, that's how powerful you all are, everybody. Your power to get yourself that sick by containing certain energy that's not going to benefit you. So, anyway, so all that, and what we're doing is that we're sliding into a reality that we don't like. All of those things are energy. So when we do things and we keep enforcing a negative experience, we're going to slide ourselves into that experience. So all of that is energy. All of it. And there's no escape, everybody. You know, like it or not, there's no escape. It's just the way life is. You know, I talked about on my other clips about the big three. Okay, about imagination, synchronicity, and manifestation. Okay, regardless what you go through in your life, you're going to manifest that experience. We manifest our experience every moment to moment anyway. But let's just say, let's get to the specifics here, that if you're going through whatever stress you're going through, okay, regardless what it is, let's not, just don't try to justify things. Let's just say we're going through certain things, we're going to manifest certain situations. Okay, I'm just saying it for how life works. Now, the big three is made up of energy. Everything is energy based. You have to look at life that everything that goes on is energy based. Everything. It does. I mean, how I just put it. I mean, slide into a different reality. You know what I mean? You choose a particular life experience, this path that you're choosing. You alter your path by certain energy that you contain, and then you understand how everything goes together. Because again, everything is energy based. All right. We could contain energy for a certain amount of period of time, but you have the power to mold the energy. You know, that's what life is too. You know, you're the focal point of your life. Whatever goes down in your life, everything starts from you. You know, your spirit is like, and I also mentioned this before, that your spirit is like clay. And your spirit is being molded every moment. It is. Now, everything that's attached to your personal life experience, that is also being molded too. Everything changes. Something alternate, something just alters a little bit here and there. You might feel like there's no change, but there's changes. There are some changes. Maybe some things are not so obvious. But the changes that goes on is energy based. I just want everybody to follow me and look at these things from this perspective about how life works. Most important thing is to understand what consciousness is. It's not hard to understand what consciousness is, and it's not hard to understand and to know how you could definitely, by channeling your energy in a certain way, You're molding your life experience. Your spirit is being molded. Everything around you is molded. Okay, everything. I'll get to some examples more. So, whatever situation, whatever tension you go through, yes, everything is energy based. You're going to be affected, whether it's good or bad. Okay, things around you, for example, your social life. Okay, your social life. All right, that changes. Okay, it does. Whatever how you interact with your network of the people in your life, it definitely does create an impact. Okay, it does. So your network is different. The people that you hang with, you don't hang with the same people no more. You know, that's energy based. You change your diet. That's energy based. You change your wardrobe. That's energy based. All that's being molded. Everything ties together. You understand? Now I know I'm going around different things, and I talk about the spirit. I had to break these things down orderly as much as possible to make it simple. Okay. Especially I start off with about the EKG, about the spirit, how the spirit is like it is a frequency. Okay, it travels. Okay, so even though you're in a human body, your spirit still travels. It does. It doesn't matter. It goes from, again, it changes. It molds itself all the time. It travels. You know, you go to sleep. Obviously, you know, you have amazing dreams, out of body experience, and all that. Your spirit is always traveling, always. Now, let me just say this. I just want to cover, speaking of travel. If you don't move, if you stand still, and let's say you stand still, you meditate, whatever you do, it's energy based. So whether if you can move or you don't move, that's energy based. Okay? Let me see here. Okay, I'm covering that, and then I'm covering the social aspect of energy. I forgot this example. I wanted to mention this. You ever see something like this on the internet? There was doing a commute, whether it was a bus or train. I think there was a train, I saw something like this. But you ever saw something on the internet that there was a person that was laughing? A person was just laughing in the train, for example, right? For no reason. But the person just kept laughing and laughing. And it got people's attention. But the person just kept laughing. And then what happens? What happens is that other people look, maybe a small percentage of people might think the person's crazy. Like, what is he laughing? The mind gets curious. But still, people say, what's so funny? And then before you know it, other people start laughing. You know? And it's amazing how we can impact people, you know, by our own action. We all do it every day. We do impact people. We impact ourselves. We impact others. But yeah, people, they look at this individual and they'll laugh along and all that. Now let's just flip that. Flip that, and the person will be grumbling, angry, cursing. The person say, "I hate the world," and start spewing out all kinds of hate words and all that. And then people will look, and people would just probably ignore, and people would just get angry, and people would say, "Well, shut up," stuff like that, right? You get people will do that, right? Because you see, just like the person that was laughing, the person was laughing just basically for no reason. The person attracted something. The same. It's, you give back. This is what happens. And people laugh along with this person. A good portion of people, let's just say. Same thing, the opposite. People get angry, start spewing out, and all that. And then you might get some characters will say, "Shut up! I don't want to hear you mumble your mouth. Just keep your mouth shut." And all kinds of responses. Same thing. It's the same impact, but it's just the opposite. A lot of you that's listening to my video, you understand this. A lot of you can agree with what I'm saying. We all impact each other every day. I do it. And sometimes, look, everybody, I conduct business with certain people, and some people, the vibe I pick up, I'm not crazy about certain people, just the vibe, the energy. We're going through different paradigms that we select, and the vibe that we give off, all based through that experience. And again, it all goes back. Like I say this over and over, we do impact each other. It could be directly or indirectly. But all of those things are energy based. You see, energy is life. Okay? Energy flows freely. Yes, we could conduct the energy, we could direct it, we could channel through that. You understand, everybody? We can. I mean, I could cover more things about, meditation is energy. What else? I could just say things that a lot of you might call the phenomenal thing. Telekinesis, telepathy. Those things, that ability is energy based. Any way of you communicating, for example, sign language, whatever the case is energy based. The spirit world is energy based. The physical and the unseen, everything is energy based, and everything is connected. Everything. Okay? The vehicle you drive is energy based, right? Okay, let's just say you hate your car enough times, right? You hate your car enough time. Wind up is that more the likelihood is that your car is going to break down. I just want you all to be open and follow me here. You're pushing this particular energy into something. I mean, it doesn't have to be a living thing, a living, breathing thing. It could be an object, a metal, piece of metal, plastic, doesn't matter. But, remember I told you early in this clip that, you are the focal point of your life. You're the author and creator, everybody. And, we go around holding this particular script about our lives, but because we are God, consciousness, or infinite, okay, we're empowered to change our script. That's what we could do. We have the ability to do that. Regardless if your mind tells you that you can't, and your life is just black and white, and you can't make any significant changes in your life. Your life, this is kind of like things happen in your life is out of your hands. Now, your ego is correct, because your ego don't have any control of life. I mean, our ego would just want to get credit. We'll try to figure things out, but it's not going to know the mechanism how everything works. But when you're opening yourself up spiritually, everybody, and your spirit knows because your consciousness, you definitely can. I'm just telling you things for what I know, because I allow myself to be open. I mean, anybody could do this. It takes a being to be open, to be at that point of just putting away these, this little box that we put ourselves into, and we feel like we have no power to make any changes or impact in our own life, or that we can make something useful. You can channel your energy to work for you. This universe is energy based. The universe works with you. I know this might sound new age stuff to some people that's listening, but if anybody that's truly open to what life works and how you are, okay, you are it. Again, I'll say this again, you're the author and creator of your own life, your own individual life experience. Okay? What you do, you definitely will impact. It could be directly or indirectly. Okay? Now, I want to bring to this about the spirit world. Your loved ones impacts you. Your loved ones, for example, that's on the other side, let's just say, they will do things to get your attention. Okay? They will do things directly. They will do things indirectly. Okay. Speaking about the other side, I talk about this in my other clips. Alternate realities, or let's say the multiverse. Yeah, that's connected to you, and that's energy based. For example, let's just say you experience a deja vu. To me, deja vu is basically you've seen this moment before, but what it is that you're seeing a moment that's a parallel universe that it's almost just the exact same as your current reality where you at now. And what it is, it just goes across, it's like a parallel against your reality, but it's connected to you. You understand, everybody? It's connected. So I like to believe that anybody that understands what I'm talking about. But if you don't, feel free to play this audio as much as possible. But I'll do my best to make it very simple. And I don't want to philosophize things so much. I just want to make things really like straightforward, to the point. Okay. So yeah, everything is connected. Everything. There's really no separation. Okay. We talk about life. Life is like we say life is like a matrix. Yeah, it is. I would say that Earth, okay, Earth is a program. Earth is one big program with all these paradigms that we align ourselves with. Earth is one big program. It's like a cartridge of a Nintendo game system. The Earth is like a cartridge, Gotta blow. Sometimes things get stuck. Your life gets fucked up. The game's not working the way it wants to. And maybe the game conks out, and then you gotta blow the Earth. I'm sorry, I'm just being corny. I'm sorry. The Earth is like a cartridge, or it's like a program, okay, with all kinds of stuff, That's what the Earth is. But life itself is truly a matrix. That's what life is, okay? And we are the architect, okay? That's what we all are. We play around like we don't know that we are the architect, and we go around pretending to forget who we are. I say this so many times, okay? And that's what it is. But we manifest our experience. We channel our energy into what life is, or how your life is going about. So yeah, just look at it. And let me just put it this way, I cover the afterlife, I cover what we do to ourselves as an individual, health-wise, everything. We attract other things in life. Let's just say people talk about law of attraction with, let's say, for example, with money or anything. Money is energy-based, okay? I could say you're a magnet. Yeah, you heard this before, everybody. You attract. But, you attract things, but you chase things away, too. That's just how powerful we all are. We are really, truly powerful. And, but only our mind seems to play a part of, like, saying, well, the mind could be a little contradictory in the sense of, like, you're attracting things, but the mind will say, no. It will say things like, no, the reason why you lost this opportunity is because of so-and-so. Or it'll fault you into some degree that you didn't do this and do that. No. There's a deeper situation. There's a deeper powers at work here. For example, you're chasing something away. Or let's just say you attract things. But your mind will say things like, for example, oh, the reason why you got all this money because you're very smart and all that. That, to some degree, may be true and all that. But ultimately, there are great powers that work within you. You attracted that experience. Okay, the mind will not go there. The mind will just tell you things in a logical way to make sense. I mean, that's the mind's role. It just wants to it wants to keep things in a particular set. To say, well, the only reason why you got all this money is because of this. But anybody that understands and follow me what I'm saying knows that it's much more than you got all this money because you're smart or you know somebody. No. There's great powers at work. You attracted that whole entire experience. That means everything. The thought that goes in your mind, the ideas about how to attract that money, you attracted that idea. You attracted the people that, for example, you know somebody to get the connection. You attracted that. You attracted wherever you're going to live. For example, you want to live somewhere else. You attracted that. You change your whole scenery. It's like we're the artist. You know, I said this before. You know, we're like the artist. We change our scenery. It's like a slide. You know what I mean? You grab a scenery of a house and look a certain way, and you say, you know what? I want to slide into a different version of that. And you just slide it up. It's like a slide. Or like you could say your life is like a presentation. You grab your life and you say, you know what? I don't like this picture. Or maybe you say, I like this picture, but I want something different. And then you just slide it up into something different. That's energy based. You channel your energy, what you prefer, okay? Your spirit is being molded every time, and then you mold things around your life. You mold the thing. It's constantly being molded. Okay? Life expands. You remember, anybody that's been following me for a while, I talk about consciousness is about expansion. Life expands. Okay? Life is a continuum. Okay? Everything I'm telling you is connect, and everything I'm sharing, everything is energy based. Again, I'm going to say this. I'm going to bring it back in this part, in this journal, I'm going to bring it back into energy based because that's what it is. That's what life is all about. You could be in this dimension, you could be in another dimension. Doesn't matter what dimension you observe in everybody. I'm just speaking out in just in general. Life is made up of energy. Consciousness is pure, raw energy. Okay? All right? The physical and the unseen. I mean, shucks. I mean, what else I can say? What's energy? Light is energy. There's different shades of light. Time is energy. The idea of time, that's tailored to your life experience. That's energy. But you know, beyond time, obviously, there's timelessness. People that experience the life after life experience will say things about that the awareness of time is just non-existence. It's interesting how everything works in life. But time still is an energy, you know. The black hole is energy. The light at the end of the tunnel, that structure, is energy. The angelic being that you see, that's energy based. All of these things. All of it. All of it. Sometimes I look at life. It's like I'm looking at a grid bar. It's like a blueprint. That's how I look at life. It's like a blueprint. Everything's like a blueprint. Everything's connected. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. And that's the cool thing about life. It's about possibilities. It's about your life could definitely be different. It can. You just have to trust. I know some of you walk around feeling anxious because you want to change your life. And you know what? Being anxious, everybody, what happened is that you're going to keep enforcing. You're not going to make any significant progress. You're going to stay in a very similar state for whatever amount of time period you're observing this feeling of feeling anxious. And so anxious is not anything benefit. You know, it's not going to benefit you. So I just want to express that. Be confident. You know, you will see the vibe, how you feel inside. You know the difference. You will know the difference when you feeling anxious about anything and you keep forcing something. You will see like a difference. Your heart's telling you that you're pushing things, that nothing good's gonna come out of this if you keep pushing certain things because if you're anxious. Your heart will tell you, your heart will say, hey, stop. You keep forcing things. It's like, what are you doing? But your power to do that. You can ignore your heart, or you can ignore your mind. You can put certain things in its place, like you put the ego in its place. Listen, you go by your heart. Okay, you have everybody. You have infinite wisdom in your spirit. Okay, nothing wrong being inspired by people sharing their wisdom to inspire you. Nothing wrong with that. I'm trying to say is that we all have internal wisdom, knowledge. You know. Now look, if you want to get knowledge off of a book, that's fine. But that book that you're reading, that's energy based. You know, that's energy based. And again, I just want to make a little quick reminder. You all have infinite knowledge. I'm saying there's nothing wrong reading a book. It all depends what you read now, because you know when you read, you're using your imagination, and when you use your imagination, what happens? You synchronize. Yeah, even when you read a book, you all know this. Everybody, look, I'm gonna say this. You know, you read, you use your imagination, you synchronize, and you manifest. Every being manifests because you're God. You read a book, you get fascinated, and you use your imagination like you're so powerful, everybody. You use your imagination, and let's say you're reading something that kind of puts you like you're traveling to, or you're in a vacation spot. You're in the islands, right? And let's say you're in Hawaii, and you're just reading this book, the story about someone that's vacationing in Hawaii, and you're just imagining, and you know what? You actually experiencing that. Your imagination is basically putting you in that experience spiritually. It is. Now, our structural mind would say, well, you didn't buy the plane tickets. You're not in Hawaii, and that as far as your mind goes. You understand? Do you understand? The mind doesn't really know, doesn't really get it. It's still thinking that I have to buy a ticket, I have to fly there. Okay, I'm not saying anything wrong with it. But if you understand what I'm trying to say is that you use your imagination, it's like you're there. You know, you're experiencing that. Your feeling is different. You feel good, right? It definitely does match that you are actually in Hawaii physically. But when you use your energy, okay, which is, again, imagination is energy, when you use it a particular way with focus, you're going to literally feel in your heart that you did experience being in Hawaii spiritually, for example. You did. And it's just as the same as you buying a ticket and flying over there, for example. I'm not saying anything wrong to buy the ticket and to fly there. I just want to make a quick point about this, that the mind can only go so far. It can't go that far. It can't go with you. When you're going to go through imagination state, when you're channeling that energy, your mind can't go there with you. That's why your mind will constantly badger you like there's something wrong with you. But there's nothing wrong with you. Remember I said earlier, we always manifest our life experience. You know, you're God. You're going to be God regardless how dumb you put yourself in. If you want to dumb yourself enough time, you're still God. That's it. If you want to play this game that you're God's creation or you're God's child and there's some being that's separate or above you, okay, but you're still God. You're God it's true. I mean, if you're saying that you are a creation and then you're made up of dust, yes, that is true, but you're still God. You can't escape yourself. You are pure, raw energy. You can't escape that. You could pretend, but technically you can't escape that. So I just want to share that with everybody. It's just, you know, you might as well embrace it. You know, we got to cover everything. Just trying to see if I left anything out. Yeah, just understand, everybody. Understand what life is, who we are, what consciousness is, and again, who we really are. And I feel good that I've done this journal. I really do. So, yeah, life is energy. That's what life is. Yes. I think I cover everything. All right, everybody. It's been a pleasure. If anybody, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. If anyone has subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And I don't really mention this often. If anybody could send me a donation, doesn't matter big or small, I appreciate it. Yes. So I just wanted to just give a big thank you to everybody. And I'm just excited doing this journal. I am. Okay, everybody, until then, I will be back for part 87. Take care.